Alright, ladies and gentlemen, MrSotko here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about some more of the lost hype of crypto and what to do in a time like now, and some strategies and just how you should go about investing into crypto in an extremely bear market, and not only a bear market but a lost hype market, if you will. So the volume is down, Google searches of crypto is down. People logging into exchanges is way down, prices are way down. So this is more than just a dip in price. This is sort of a test for crypto, because at one point it reached its height in terms of all those things I just mentioned in Google searches and volume in December, and now it's way down at probably a lower point than it was in November. So I want to read this article here. It's going to sum up the video for you. And then I'm going to look at prices and how much mining is making people at the moment. And then I want to talk about some of the sentiment that some of my viewers have shared, and then some strategies after that. So Cryptomania peaked around Christmas, fallen markedly since, says IG Group. So as if it wasn't clear enough, we just got another indication that the crypto markets have soured for price speculators. One of the biggest names in the contracts for difference field, IG Group, has revealed that crypto CFD trading is on the decline this year. Cryptocurrency trading fattens IG Group's profit margins. UK headquartered CFD and spread betting giant IG Group has reported its quarterly results for the 3-month period, which ended 28th of February, showing cryptocurrency trading had a great positive impact on its bottom line. So the brokerage has had a record performance in terms of revenue, reaching a net of £152 million, which is 30% higher than the same period in the prior year, and 13% higher than the company's previous record revenue quarter. Clients trading in cryptocurrencies accounted for an impressive 11% of revenue in the period, up from just 1% the year before. However, IG Group has also warned investors that cryptocurrency trading by its clients has slowed markedly since the end of January. So unsurprisingly, given these results, the company's following conference call for analysts and investors focused mainly on the issue. Peter Hetherington said, "The cryptomania, I think, peaked as we approached Christmas, and then if you look at the interest from clients, it has fallen away pretty markedly since then. I think whichever measure you track, whether it's the price of crypto or whether it's the volume of searches on the internet for crypto trading terms, or any other combination, I think you'd say that this wave has, to a large degree, passed in terms of client interest. And whilst the price of crypto is still volatile by any normal standards, it's a tiny fraction of the volatility you see that you were seeing in the so-called asset class in the period around Christmas and January. So I'd say it's stopping moving anything like as much, although it's moving a lot, and client interest has fallen away a great deal, both from informed and less informed clients' interest. Less informed clients, and as a result, the amount that people are trading on the asset class has fallen very considerably since the end of January. That's not to say it will never restart again, but I think the absence of the price of crypto changing a great deal, probably up, it's not going to be massively significant for the foreseeable future. So this sort of sums it up. There are Google searches that you can see the graphs for, and while they peaked in December, they are at a very low period. So volume in terms of trading on exchanges is extremely low. Prices are much lower than they once were. Although if you look at the all-time, of course it's all the way up from when Bitcoin started. And so people are losing interest. I think a lot of people got into crypto because they were FOMOing in the teens and the tens of thousands, waiting for their moon, waiting for their Lambo, and they're not really patient traders that came in and were buying at the all-time high and then selling when it went low, and now they're not buying because it's at a low price, which is the direct opposite of really what you should be doing, essentially. So crypto brought in a lot of people that were really just impatient and wanted to get in and get out as soon as possible. So taking a look at the prices, pretty much the same, nothing really to report, to be totally honest. My last video I made, I said that it was at that there was like a $1,300 drop, but it was really like $500. I think I just kind of messed up on the on the price there a little bit. Whoops. But either way, it's still down a little bit from when it was a couple days ago, and even before that. It's fluctuating just the same as it really always has been. So you could see that big, massive drop the other day. It went from 8,900 to, I can't remember when I said it, but 8,400, 8,300. So, you know, we're looking at a $500-6-ish drop there in a very short period of time. In just an hour, it dropped about $500, which, again, isn't too unusual, but, you know, it just goes to show that it's not going up anytime soon. There have been many crashes in the past or dips, whatever you want to call them, in the past, and I think in 2014 was the longest bear market for Bitcoin. I think it was like 144 days it lasted. So be prepared to last for, you know, upwards of half a year and these low prices. So that brings me to the next topic here, and that is how much GPUs are bringing in. And quite frankly, it's not a lot. So if you have like a 980, I think it's about 80 cents a day right now, which is incredibly low, as it used to be a couple bucks a day, maybe even $3 a day at its height. So 80 cents a day right now on a 980. Even the venerable 1080 Ti is not making particularly much these days. I think just a couple bucks, $1.80 right now. So extremely, extremely low. So if we go to what to mine, we can search a little bit better here. So let's just pop in a 1080 here. We'll get rid of this 1050, and we'll calculate. And right now, even Verge Lyra 2 is only $2.46 a day. Zencash is just $2 a day, according to what to mine. Verge is really high because honestly, not that many people mine it. It's a little bit more difficult to mine than some of the other coins. You can use Vertcoin one-click miner to do it. You can use CC miner and connect to pools, but it's easier said than done. And most people are, a little lazy, and they don't really want to set up a CC miner in the batch file and such, so they end up just using, like Awesome Miner or NiceHash or something like that. That's a lot easier, which is fine. But as you can see, very, very low. So I kind of want to bring up this video that I made yesterday. Is the crypto hype over? So there's a lot of sentiment from people. I'm going to read some comments here. So the hype is gone. Every single person I know that was into crypto has been scammed, invested in a project that died, got caught in FOMO, lost in a pump and dump, BitConnect, etc. Even the guys that just hodled Bitcoin aren't into it anymore. It's like the hype was too extreme and everyone burnt out all at once. Well said to you, sir. That sums it up pretty well. So some more here. Another great video. I've noticed less people talking about and buying Bitcoin. I've noticed quite a few people on social media selling charts in the promise of making profit. Every single one of them say there is not financial advice, yet they're selling total garbage. If people are falling for this and they leave crypto, they ain't coming back. So a lot of people have been burned out, Don't estimate the effect scammer platforms like BitConnect are having the overall look on Bitcoin. True, exactly, I agree. For myself, I'm still in the game. I bought a few dips, but I'm not able to put any other money in right now. I have positions in my research, and I'm comfortable with them. So I could read the rest of the comment, but that pretty much sums it up. That people have already put all their money into Bitcoin right now, and they're not willing to put any more into it right now. So it just goes to show that a lot of people... so here's somebody that disagrees. The young investors are still hodling and buying more. The whales, robots, and institutions are the ones manipulating the price. I agree with you on that. Tether should be shit canned because it only used to hide in. All coins should be paired with US dollar or not paired at all. A little bit messed up there, but I also agree. So that just goes to show that the sentiment, most people agree with my sentiment. The one person disagreed there, and there's probably a couple others, but also they pretty much said the same thing, that things are a little messed up right now. So before I get into a lot of strategies here, I'd like to show you the GPU mining Reddit. So this shows a lot of sentiment of people in terms of the mining aspect of cryptocurrency. Now, this isn't a end-all, be-all. This is not the queen of England GPU mining here, but it does show the average person's sentiment in terms of mining. And so a lot of people, come here to ask questions like, hey, how should I set up my rig, or what happens with this problem? But then you get a lot of things like best place to sell GPU. I don't have any verified trades and hardware swap. So people talking about selling their GPUs, Craigslist, this, that, and the other thing. Another post here. How many of you have sold anything talking about selling all their GPUs and such, because people just aren't making any money on it right now, and they're a little worried. So I looked up some of the prices of GPUs. I looked up Craigslist and OfferUp, just some local things. And so for the most part, prices are remaining relatively the same. I did see many GPUs that were, for example, the 1080 Ti is still being sold at an impressive $1,300 by some. But then there's the other half of people that are starting to become a little bit more realistic, and they're selling them for $1,100 or $900 or $1,000 rather than the full extreme price that it once was. So we've run into a situation in crypto where this is not just a dip. This is not a dip by any means in itself. What happened is too many people were scammed by BitConnect. Too many people were scammed by these Twitter people who post, oh, give us, 0.5 Ethereum, we'll give you 5 Ethereum. I'm not saying everybody falls for that, but it's everywhere. Any crypto person you follow on Twitter, like Vitalik Buterin, I can never remember his name. Basically, the guy with the really long neck and would make a bad MMA fighter get choked out. Anyway, I'm just kidding. He's a great guy. Or Charlie Lee, for Litecoin, or the Binance guy. I can't remember his name, or the developer of Monero. Any one of those posts that you go to on Twitter. They're just littered, absolutely littered. The first post is, hey, we're sorry for this incident. It's somebody copying their Twitter, and it says, give us 0.5 Ethereum, we'll give you 5. And then it's just 100 posts of thanks, it worked, or yes, it worked, can I get some more? Can we do this again? When are you going to do this again? Just nothing but posts. And you can't actually get to the real substance of Twitter anymore because there's way too many scams. It's so easy to scam crypto, which is ironic because crypto was meant to be relatively unhackable, or at least your wallets are, because of the encryption and how long the encryption codes are. It's virtually impossible to actually physically hack somebody's wallet unless you get their private key through just hacking their computer, right? So in one aspect, crypto is virtually impossible to hack. And on the other aspect, it's extremely easy to hack, because if I put a keylogger onto your computer, or somebody does it to mine, they can find my private keys should I have them on my computer, which a lot of people do. I personally don't, because that's ridiculous, but a lot of people do. Or they can hack your accounts or your email or this, that, or the other thing. That's why you have 2FA security. I get it, but just realize that in the vast scheme of things, you may have good security, but most people don't, and you know this in the vast scheme of things. Very, very easy to hack. Exchange is hacked. And it's causing a bad taste in everybody's mouth about crypto. And when the price went up to 20,000 and then it went all the way down to 6,000, that sent a lot of people running for the hills. And so everybody's buying in. It brings all this gamer mentality to crypto, and this mentality of people who see these Bitcoin millionaires, and they come in and they start to buy, and because they think they're going to be a millionaire, but you're just not. You're not going to be a millionaire. It's just not going to happen. I'm sorry. It's just not going to happen. Maybe if you had already had $100,000 and you invested into it, maybe you can be a millionaire. The millionaire thing is long gone. That was when Bitcoin was 30 cents and you could buy 10 of them for $3. And anymore, to do that just the same, and to make the same amount of money, Bitcoin would have to go from its point right now at about 8,000 to $1 million. Maybe even more in that same potential difference. So it's just not going to happen. Can you make money with crypto? Of course you can. You can day trade and you can hold and sell it at a higher price. Of course you can. But that sentiment is lost on people, and so there's a lot of impatient people that got in, and they're all buying in the teens. But then when it goes low, and it's a really good time to buy, like now, people don't want to buy, which makes no sense. But that's just the way people think. They get in way too late, and they think that they're getting in at a good time when the price is going up. But really, in reality, they got in at a terrible time. So in reality, you need to get in at a bad time. You need to get in at the worst of times when nobody is talking about crypto back, 8 years ago. That's the worst time, when you think to yourself, what good is this garbage cryptocurrency, this digital currency, back in 2010, when you had no idea when Bitcoin was going to go anywhere. And now it's a good time to get into crypto when it's diving down, when it's bottoming out. That's the best time to get in, because if you get in, the more money. If Bitcoin's at $16,000 and you put in $100, you're gonna get so much Bitcoin. If Bitcoin's at $8,000 and you put in $100, you're gonna get twice the amount of Bitcoin, which is still not a lot. I mean, it's only $100, but it just goes to show. So people are always getting in at the wrong time, and it's creating a bad taste in their mouth. So my strategy, what I want to tell you guys is continue to buy. Right now is a great time to buy. Use a DCA. Don't put in all your money. Let's say you have $1,000 and you're like, well, I'm going to put in all my money. I wouldn't recommend doing that. Instead, put in a few hundred now, and then if the price goes even lower, put in another few hundred, and if the price goes in even lower, put in another few hundred, and if the price goes in lower, continue to do that. But just don't dry up your bank account doing that. Maybe every time you get paid, put in $50 into Bitcoin. It's called DCA investing. And it's just basically when you put in a little bit of money every week and you buy the same amount of money from the same amount of shares. And when the price is lower, you buy more shares with that same amount of money. And when the price is higher, you buy less shares with that amount of money. So as the price is going down, you keep putting in more, you keep putting in a little bit, and you keep picking it up, because one day if it goes back to 20,000, you're going to be the winner, and not the people that bought in that go, oh wow, it's almost going to get 20,000, I'll buy in at 15,000. You're going to be the winner, not them. Also with mining, yes, mining right now is very grim. If you have a few GPUs, you're only going to be making a few bucks a day. Maybe if you had 3 1080 Ti's, at most you're going to be making $6, maybe $7 a day if you're lucky. That's horrible right now. That's terrible. However, you have to understand that crypto, you're still getting crypto, and when the price of all crypto doubles again, or even triples, all of that money, all of that time you spent mining at only 5, 6, 7, maybe even $10 a day, is going to turn into you were mining at $18, $20, $30 a day because the price doubled or tripled. And so all that time spent was essentially what the price is now. So keep on mining. Don't give up, because a lot of people are giving up. And when other people give up, that is more shares for everybody. Because if you have 10 people mining one coin, you're getting 1/10 of the shares. Let's say everybody's equal. You're getting 1/10 of the shares, and then let's say 10 other people FOMO into that coin and start mining it. Now there's 20. Now you're only getting 1/20th of the shares. So now, right now, we're looking at, you're getting 100th of the shares, you're getting 1,000th, or 10,000th, whatever. And when hundreds of people leave, you're getting just fractions more coin every time people leave, and reduce the difficulty of that coin. And now you're getting more. So, you're going to be the winner if you keep at it. The losers are the ones who give up when the price starts going low. People who think of it as an opportunity when the price goes low make more. So instead of going out and buying a couch for $800 at your store, you can go to the Goodwill and buy that same couch for $10. So it just goes to show that, it might smell a little bit like dog, but hopefully not. Hopefully not. You know what I mean? But it's not the same comparison, but it's a bad example. I get it. But, I love you guys. It just goes to show that, like people buying in at 16,000, they're the losers. You're buying in at 8,000. You're going to be the winner when the price gets back up to there. Yours is going to double. Theirs is just going to be at 16,000, and the price might dip again, and then they're just going to be stuck in the ether again, in the nether. So a lot of volume is trapped up in the teens of, in the teens, thousands, whatever, in the teens of Bitcoin, when it was $15,000, $16,000, $17,000 and people bought in. And now they're all just sitting there waiting. Either people sold and lost a bunch of money, or they're all waiting for those, for that teens to get back. And when it does, then the volume will kick in more, because people will FOMO right back in. But you need to get in before the FOMO. That's when people win. Just like when people invest into Apple in the late 70s, And now that Apple stock, now they're millionaires, right? They bought $10,000 worth of Apple stock at like 4 cents when it was a nobody company, when nobody thought they would go anywhere, when nobody has heard of them, when nobody even knew what they really did. Just like when people bought into Bitcoin when it was at 30 cents or so at you know, in the beginning of 2010 or whenever. You know, that's, you know, people back then, nobody realized that Bitcoin would be this big. Nobody realized that crypto would be this big. I thought to myself back in the day, well, that's ridiculous. Some digital currency, it could be hacked, it could be eliminated. Why should I give up 100 of my dollars for this mysterious magical digital currency that I can't spend anywhere? I can't go to the department store and buy a new pair of shoes with this stupid currency that I bought online. What good is this? But turns out 8 years later, it's going to be $20,000. You know what I mean? Each. And I could have bought $1,000 worth, gotten 30 cents worth of crypto, and then turns out in 2017, in December 2017, I sell it and now I'm worth $60 million. So that just goes to show that you need to be buying in at a really bad time. You need to be buying in when the price is really low, when nobody else wants to get in. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it taught you a little bit of something, maybe opened your eyes to how, you know, how successful people really invest, and they invest in the bad times. That's when it's the cheapest. That's when you get more of the shares. So, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next time.